Welcome to this month's Something Artsy. I'm Lisa Besmer and I'm State Street Theater's Vice President at this time. Each month we bring you a lineup of presenters on what is happening in the New Ulm area. Something Artsy is produced by State Street Theater in collaboration with the New Ulm Access Cable Television, whose filming of the show makes everything possible. State Street is grateful to the City of New Ulm for partnering with us, and we would also like to thank the New Ulm Area Foundation, Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council, and the Minnesota State Arts Board, and the taxpayers of the state of Minnesota who provide grant funding through the Legacy Fund. We have a great lineup this month, many of which are new to this show. So let's get underway. Our first guests today are Justine Hannon and Michael Kister from State Street Theater. And there's some exciting things happening in the production area of State Street. So let's get underway with, we have a great show coming up in July. So tell me a little bit about the show.
Yeah, so the show is called Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's inspired by the Bible story of Jacob and his 12 sons. It's got themes of jealousy, dreams, growing up, forgiveness, family. I don't want to give too much of the plot away because I want you to come to the show. But it is a great musical. It's super fun. It's got a great, huge cast, and we're really excited.
Okay, this is the first time you're directing an entire production yourself.
Yes.
So how is it going?
It's really great. I have a really wonderful team of people who are helping me with all of the many, many things that are needed for a musical to come together. So
are a lot of the actors and actresses, are they first-time people or are they seasoned?
There's a really big
Good mix.
Oh yeah,
good.
Absolutely. We have like a kids choir, and a lot of them are like first time. But yeah, I think there's a good mix of people who have been in a lot of productions, people who are first timers, or people who have done just a few. So
okay.
Yeah.
Now, Michael, you've been in several productions. He's even got a T-shirt on from Mary Poppins. Yes. And if you haven't heard Michael sing, it's worth just coming to just for that. But what is your role in this musical?
So I landed the role of Pharaoh, who's a type of, he's the king of Egypt. And he gets a really big song at the beginning of the second act. And then also at the end of the first act, the character of Potiphar. So they're unique characters that are kind of big, but they only take place in certain parts of the show. So Pharaoh and Potiphar.
Okay, and are you having fun with this also?
Yeah, I got the opportunity a while back to play the role of Pharaoh before, and so this would be exciting to do it again. And then Potiphar is going to be brand new, and so far I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, does Potiphar have a song also?
Yep, it's
okay.
Potiphar is the one that takes in Joseph in Egypt, and Joseph kind of works his way up, and he's his servant. And the way that Justine is doing it is very fun, and he's kind of a unique character that is wildly different than the rest of the characters. So
okay.
That's a lot of fun to play.
So how many people are actually in the choir part then?
So we have a cast of about 40 people.
Okay.
We've got 15 kids who are in our kids choir, and then 25 adults in our ensemble. So
wow,
it's a big cast. Yes.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that is. So is it live music also? Do you have band also, or is it just singing?
So we decided to go with the recordings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to do. Yep.
With real voices then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's neat.
Oh, yeah.
Very neat. Okay, and what are the dates of Joseph?
Yeah. So
July,
Yeah.
well, you know better than I do. July 26th, 27th, and 28th. That'll be the weekend after Bavarian Blast. So on Friday, July 26th at the 7 p.m. show, Saturday, July 27th, 7 p.m. as well, and Sunday, July 28th is a matinee at 2 p.m.
Okay, and is it a good show for kids also?
yes, for sure. Definitely a very friendly
Great.
show for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So take advantage of that because yes, that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. So we usually try State Street Theater usually tries in the summertime to have a program that is really good for all families too. But our Christmas one coming up is going to be a good family one also. So stay tuned to that one as well. So okay. And then where can people get tickets?
So the website is statestreetnewulm.org, and that's where you can go and buy tickets.
Okay, and ticket prices?
I didn't decide that. So
$20 a person, I believe.
Right. So they are advance tickets are $20 and at the door $25. But then there's also kids tickets also. So make sure you go and check out our website as well. So, anything else about the show that you want people to know about?
You don't want to miss it. It's a great show.
I think just the music, because really we do have a lot of talented people in our town.
Yes. Oh
and
my
it's,
goodness.
It's really going to be fun.
For
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
excited. It's a very well-known show. I think a lot of people grew up watching it. It's very family-friendly, like Cinderella was last year. Lots of bright colors with the dream coat. Lots of fun songs that kind of get stuck in your head. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
And I think what you said before too, Michael, that you've seen this show before and
Yeah.
probably have been in it already, but how you have spun it a different way. So even if you've seen Joseph
Oh, sure.
already,
Yeah.
come, because it's always going to be a little bit different,
Different
as well.
every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For
sounds
sure.
good. Well, thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thanks for
All
having
right.
us.
Thanks for
We'll
having
be right back. All right, painless, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back with one of my favorites, Leroy Harris, because there is so much going on at our New Ulm Public Library, and I hope people really realize that it's not just a library of books. There is so many things happening. It's incredible.
Summer is a happening time at the library.
It is.
It's true.
Okay, so let's start. What do you have all going on in July?
Well, first, start with that the summer reading program is still going on. And so there's a program for kids up through 5th grade and from 6th grade to starting 12th grade in the fall. You can come, you can still get started. You can still earn prizes and track your reading. There are also some activities related to that you can do. Just go up to the children's room and ask at the desk, and they'll get you started. You can take it with you on vacation. You can do, as long as you get them turned in at the beginning of August, you're good to go.
My twin grandkids are enjoying it immensely, and the amount of kids I've heard is staggering. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good for her. She's
Yeah.
doing a great job. Yes.
That's why she takes off the month of May, because it takes a lot of work to put it all
I
together.
believe it.
So, but for July, as far as kids programs go, events that you can come to, so we're going to be part of the Concert in the Park series, and we're going to be doing Rockin' and Reading with Leonardo, and that'll be on Monday, July 1st at 7 at the German Park Amphitheater. So it's a fun program about, there'll be songs, there'll be reading, come and dance. It'll be a lot of fun there. So yeah, that's Monday, July 1st at 7. Story times, of course, are still happening. Our regular Monday morning story times happen at 10:30. The last one for the season will be on Monday, July 22nd. And then we have, for the summer, we're doing campfire stories. And those are replacing our pajama party story time on Wednesday evenings. And so come have the kids sit around a faux campfire. We're not lighting fires in the library. But Wednesday evenings at 6:30, and the last one for the season is Wednesday, July 24th. And we have our, of course, registered programs that we do for kids, our Creative Kids and our Wacky Wonders that are STEM and STEAM focused. So they get to do an experiment or build or create something, and they need to register for those. And you can do that on the library's website at newulmlibrary.org, or you can call the library or stop in. The Creative Kids happen on Wednesday, July 10th and July 24th at 2:30 in the afternoon. And the Wacky Wonders happens for July. We've got one, and that's on Thursday, July 18th at 2:30. We've got our anime club for teens is still continuing, so they're going to be meeting on Tuesday, July 2nd in July at 2:30. And so come watch an anime, eat some Japanese snacks, talk about manga, just have a fun time. And then today is the first meeting of the new video game club. And so Miss Catherine is both excited and apprehensive about how this is going to go. So we've got a nice setup. We've got a Nintendo Switch with some fun games. Come play some games, eat some snacks, teach Miss Catherine how to play. And so that's for teens, so that's for 6th through 12th grade. And the July meeting for that is going to be Tuesday, July 16th at 2:30. Our afternoon movie will be, we got two of them in July, on Friday, July 5th and July 19th up in the children's room at 2:30 p.m. On the 5th is going to be, they're going to watch Monsters, Inc. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then on Friday, July 19th at 2, they're going to be watching Rio. So some fun movies there. And then our monthly Friday special story time is going to be the last Friday of the month, July 26th at 10 a.m. And so that includes not just, stories and activities, but also a craft as well. for that. So
What a
kids
great-
programming is
It's a great way to
hopping
break up
place.
a day or a week, for kids, home with summer vacation, just to be able to come and take these in, and all of it is free. So it's just like, why wouldn't you come? Yeah.
And along with that, of course, our Library of Things, our summer offerings are out. So we have PFDs, personal flotation device, life jackets. There's the other word I'm looking for. We have outdoor games like badminton and lawn games and things like that you can check out, as well as indoor games or things that you can take on a long car trip. So there are things in the Library of Things that you can check out, as well as games for a rainy day. It's a rainy week.
It's a rainy week, yes.
And along with that, we also have rec center passes now. I don't know if you'd heard of
Yes,
that. Yeah.
yes.
So we have 2 single-person rec center passes and 2 family of 4 rec center passes. So you can check that out for a week. There are no holds or anything. It's first come, first serve. They are really popular, but just pop in, see when the next ones are due. They're automatically returned on the due date, so you never have to wait for someone to return it overdue.
And then check out the rec center and see if this is something you want to be a member of continually. That's kind of a nice way to do it.
Yep, and you get it for a week, and that gives you access to all the great activities at the rec center. So
That's
we're really
fantastic.
happy to partner with Parks and Rec for that. On the adult side of programming, we're continuing our senior movie matinees in partnership with CAST. And so every Friday afternoon at 1, and we're going through the decades. We started in March, and so we're up to the 1970s in July. And the movies they picked, we've got a lot of comedy for the 1970s. We've got movies like, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein, and things like that. So come check those out Friday afternoon at 1. They're a lot of fun.
And is that down here?
Yep,
or
right here.
Right here,
Yep.
okay, okay.
Yep, so on some Fridays, you could go to a movie upstairs or a movie down here, or bring the family and split, however you want to do
Right.
it. But our book clubs, of course, are meeting in July. Our Litwitz Book Club meets on the first Monday of the month, so that'll be July 1st at 6:30 p.m. And we're going to be discussing 14 Days, which is a really interesting book. So it's edited by Margaret Atwood, who wrote The Handmaid's Tale and things like that. But it was written during COVID lockdowns by over 20 really famous contemporary authors. And the way that it's structured is it's set in this apartment building during lockdown, but each of these big name authors writes one character in the book. But they don't tell you who wrote which character. And so as you're reading through the story, each of the voices of these characters is voiced by a different author, all working together in this story. So it'll be really fun.
That sounds like a great book club book.
It'll
Yeah.
be really interesting to discuss. And as with any of our book club books, we have copies available at our circulation desk, so you can come and check them out, reserve them, and get them that way. Our poetry group meets on the second Monday of each month, so they'll be meeting Monday, July 8th. We've had some really great meetings the last couple months, a nice group of people sharing their own poetry, people just sharing poems that they found, people who have no experience with poetry at all. It's been really great. And our history book club in July is going to be discussing Jeff Sauve's Murder at Minnesota Point. And so really big kind of crime of the century at the end of the 1800s, where this woman's body was found on a beach up on Lake Superior. And he did over 10 years of research to find out, to follow the case and how the killer was eventually caught. It was a cold case for quite a while. But the author's going to be here, and he's going to be presenting things on his research, and it should be really interesting.
That sounds really interesting.
And so that is going to be on Tuesday, July 16th at noon here at the library. Our mystery book club meets on the last Monday of the month, and that's going to be Monday, July 29th at 6:30. And we're going to be finishing up our first experiment in discussing multiple books in the same series. So last month we did book 2 in Candace Fox's series of On Crimson Lake, which is Redemption Point. And then in July we're going to be discussing Gone by Midnight, which is book 3. We've got some other fun things. Of course, the Newham Film Society is continuing their mockumentary series. In June, we watched, if my brain will bring it back to me here, Waiting for Guffman. So in July, we're going to be watching Drop Dead Gorgeous from 1999. So kind of a mockumentary of beauty pageants, but with murder thrown in.
And
so-
is that down at the Grand, right?
Nope, that's
No,
here.
that's here.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
here,
The
okay.
Grand has an art film house series, which
Okay.
is
Oh,
which
that's
is
a
totally
different one.
separate.
Okay,
Film
okay.
Society's busy people.
Yes, no kidding.
But yeah, for the Film Society's mockumentary series, come down Tuesday, July 9th at 6:30 for
At
that.
the library, okay, okay.
We're really excited. We have blues guitarist and musician Joey Leone is going to be coming to do History of the Blues here at the library on Wednesday, July 17th. He'll be presenting and performing here at 3 p.m., and then he'll be presenting at the Grand in the evening as well. He's been with a number of blues outfits, and so he's going to talk about the history of blues music, things that influenced it, how it's influenced broader American culture, share stories from his personal experiences. So it should be really interesting in that regard. So we're really looking forward to that because we had booked him a couple of years ago, but then he had some circumstance come up and we had to cancel. So we're glad that we were able to get him back.
Right,
So
right.
so that should be really fun.
So learn about blues, but then also listen to it too.
Oh
It'll
yeah,
be great.
yeah, he's fabulous. Our Genealogy Club, of course, will continue to meet through the summer. So they've got their monthly meeting on the third Thursday of the month at 6:30. So this year, this July, it's going to be Thursday, July 18th. And then we're participating in National Night Out. So look for the library's booth up there in German Park and come and interact with library staff there. But we're also, one of the things that I organize and prep every year is the New Ulm Emergency Preparedness Fair. Last year we folded it into National Night Out for the first time. It was a great suggestion from Police Chief Dave Borkert, and it was really successful, and so we're doing it again this year. And so the lower part of National Night Out will be the Emergency Preparedness Fair. Come check out all the different emergency vehicles in town. Come see the Red Cross's, ready response vehicle. County Emergency Management and the library will have tables set up with resources that you can take home to help your family with planning for emergencies. Be a lot of different things there. It'll be really good.
Yes.
We also have some art classes being offered in July
My goodness.
for adults, and it's going to be an art class day marathon. So on Tuesday, July 23rd, we have 3 different art classes going on during the day. One at 10, one at 2, and one at 6.
Okay.
So depending on your schedule or your interests, you can come. So and you need to register for those. So you can call the library, or you can again go to the library's website and connect with those.
So they're free. Are
They're
they
free, and
but
materials are all provided, but you
But
do
you
need to register.
so you know how many materials to get, right? Yeah.
Well, the materials are all set, but there's a limit of 12 people for a class.
Sure, okay.
But the first class is about painting on glass. So you'll learn how to do that and create art. The second one is about painting and decorating vases or vases, however you would like to pronounce it. And you can bring your own for that if you like, but we'll have some provided too. And then third is creating wire art of the very common motif in cultures across the world of the Tree of Life motif. And so you'll be doing wire construction art to make those. So if you're interested on flat surface, 3D surfaces, or working with wire 3D sculpture, then come take a class and enjoy. Of course, our weekly programs are still ongoing. Chess Club every Tuesday night at 6. All ages, come on down. Last week, I think I saw someone who was maybe 6 or 7 playing against someone who looked like they were in their 80s. So any age, please. And then our Pathfinder collaborative storytelling role-playing game groups are going. The adult group meets on Tuesday afternoons at 4:15. Our teen group is moving dates and times. We're moving to Monday afternoons at 3:45, and that's going to continue into the school year. So kids, if you go to public school, you'll be able to come after school and participate, make some friends, play a game, have a good time. So
Sounds good. Sounds great. It sounds busy. You've got a busy July.
yeah, July will be busy. August might be a little bit quieter, at least on the kids' side of things.
Right.
While Miss Catherine, takes a breather.
Exactly. Yes.
But by all means, come and check out what we've got at the library. Lots of fun things for just about everybody, and we hope to see you there.
That sounds great. Thanks, Leroy. We'll be right back. Now we have Sarah Warmka with the New Ulm Chamber of Commerce, and every month is busy in New Ulm, but it seems like July is like there's a lot of fun things going on.
Yes, absolutely.
So we should probably talk about, with all the rain that we've had in the month of June,
Yeah.
the gardens, hopefully they're all doing okay. But everything is green.
Yes.
Everything is green. So New Ulm
Plush.
Farmers Market.
Yes.
So let's talk about that, because it's a whole new everything.
Yeah. By now, hopefully, viewers will have seen it. So it's in a new location, right on Broadway, in the A to Zinnia parking lot, and then a portion of First South. So 15 South Broadway is the address. And so Thursdays from 2:30 to 5:30, and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12.
Okay.
Yeah, so lots of vendors, a lot of new vendors this year, which is exciting.
Right.
You can always check out the website, which is newulm.com/farmersmarket, to see a list of the confirmed vendors.
Oh, okay.
There's also vendors who are just showing up day of
Right.
and just paying and that way. So there might be others that aren't on the confirmed list.
Right.
And the website also has the additional things. So live music, we have live music at every market scheduled, which is great. And then trying to have different kids activities and variety of things.
And food trucks.
Yeah, food trucks. There aren't a whole lot of food trucks
Right.
confirmed yet.
Okay.
Although hopefully by the time
Exactly.
this airs, there would be.
That's
Yeah.
right. But that might be an option also.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
For sure.
And so if somebody wanted to be a vendor, they can just contact the chamber on that
They
as
sure
well.
can.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds
Yep.
good.
And then just, please help patronize these vendors and support the local growers and local handcrafted items as well, not
Right,
just
right.
vegetables.
It's not just vegetable. Yeah,
Right.
I was talking to somebody
Yeah.
else where they make tables and jewelry
Fun,
and just all sorts
yeah.
of different things. So
Right.
it's neat. So
Yeah,
you have to check it out.
absolutely.
It's not your normal
Right.
garden, just a garden sale, but which
Yeah.
is great
and
also.
And then
this
it's
time of the
already
year.
downtown, so spend some extra time. Maybe if it's a Saturday morning, go to the Baccarat or
Exactly.
head downtown, have some lunch after
That's
or
right.
dinner.
Mhm.
Lots of options. And Thursdays and the concerts in the park in German Park start right after the farmers market ends.
Okay.
Just a little bit of break in there.
Okay.
But lots to do this summer in
Let's
downtown.
do on- yes,
All
there is.
around.
All around,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, and then another thing that was really, really popular
Yeah.
in June was the New Ulm Car and Bike Roll-In.
Right.
And holy cow, if you didn't see any of the pictures on Facebook, there was a couple different people that posted pictures which were amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
It was cool.
Like, wow.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't really know what to expect, because we're not asking for registrations in advance or
Right,
anything.
you just come and bring
Yep.
your car.
The
Yeah.
4 blocks downtown are closed without parking for the general public. It's just for these
Mm-hmm.
classic cars. So just show up, find a spot to park. There's volunteers that can help direct where to park. But yeah, it starts at 4:30. The next one is on July 12th. And then there's also one on August 16th.
Okay, and it goes from 4:30 to about 9-ish?
To about 9, and then
Okay.
there's music afterwards
Okay.
that technically can go until 11 outside.
Okay.
It sounds like the June one, they brought the music inside at like 10. There
Okay.
wasn't a whole lot happening anymore after 10,
Right,
which is
right,
fine,
yeah.
which is great. But it was packed
Yes.
right after work on
It
Friday.
was,
Yeah,
yes.
from the last one.
Yeah, that's really, really neat, yeah.
And there are a couple food trucks
Okay.
also. So confirmed at this time for the July one is Lola's Food Truck and then Doggone Good Eats, which is a hot dog vendor.
Okay, sure,
So
sure.
that's outside in the street, but there's also lots of restaurants you can go
Yeah,
into.
Exactly.
Some of the shops have extended their hours. I know,
Okay.
like for the June one, Inspired stayed open late, and they also did during the roll-ins, if you bought $25 in product, you got a free ice cream cone for Dairy
Yes.
Month. So
Mhm.
maybe they'll be doing something additional. There's also live music on Friday at the Grand, and I know last time Sweet Haven Tonics also had some music. So there's just
There's
a lot
of stuff going
Yeah.
on during, and
Yeah.
at the other places too.
Right.
Okay, and then Cuckoo for New Ulm Crazy Days.
Yes, that's our theme this year.
Love it.
Right, cuckoo clocks, cuckoo for crazy days.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's a really fun theme. But it's coming up. Yeah, that's in July as well. It's the last weekend in July, so July 26th through the 28th.
okay,
And some of the usual things, right, like the Marketstrasse craft fair in the street, which is awesome. That will be there again on Saturday from
on Saturday
9
morning,
to 2.
okay,
Yep.
okay,
The ping pong ball drop will be happening from Rush Rooftop
Okay.
at 9 a.m. on Saturday.
okay.
But
And if you haven't been to the ping
yes.
pong toss, you toss a bunch of pails of ping pongs, and some of them will have like $5 off, say, or something.
Right.
They'll have something on them, okay.
Exactly, yes. So businesses can participate and have, whatever, $5
Okay.
off a purchase at Gallery 512 or
Okay.
buy one, get one at Treasure House or whatever it is.
Okay,
And there's also chamber dollars on some of them. There's some that
Okay.
have $5 chamber dollars, so it's just free cash. There are
Right.
two that have, I think two, maybe more, that have $50 in chamber dollars.
wow, okay.
How cool is that?
Yes,
So some big winners there.
Yeah.
But it's just fun.
It's fun,
It's a fun
yeah.
event. Have you been to it?
Yes, and it's
so
fun.
Yeah.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It's crazy when you're ready to toss, but yes,
Yeah.
it's fun. Yeah.
So a new announcement for Crazy Days. We are bringing out the artificial turf. Remember that turf that we
Yes.
piloted at Oktoberfest? So that's going to be out for Crazy Days weekend. So it'll be down on Friday, and then there'll be some music Friday evening. So come on down Friday and
Okay.
hang out. And then on Saturday during the day, there's some different kids activities planned on the turf. And then there's going to be a DJ, and then in the evening, a live band on the turf on
Okay.
Saturday evening.
Okay, that's
starting
the
at
street
8.
dance then on
Yeah,
July 27th,
right.
starting at 6. Okay.
So, yeah, so
Okay.
starting at, actually, I think the live music will start at 8.
Okay,
Although there's
sure.
probably a
Yeah.
something before
Great.
that. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
Isn't
that is a
fun?
busy weekend.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, and then, so the ping pong toss, and then farmer's market will be going on that day also.
Yes, right.
Food truck,
Yep,
street dance,
food trucks for that. Mm-hmm.
ping pong, ball drop, and of course, just check out all the vendors and all the sales stuff that they've got going on,
Correct,
which is,
yeah.
that sounds fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay, and then Mark Strassi too, which I forgot about. Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
The weekend
spiking-
after.
The spiking in
Yeah.
the street. So you've got, well, first we've got the cuckoo crazy days, and then
Uh-huh.
the weekend after you've got
Uh-huh.
spiking in the streets.
Yes.
Okay, and I was out of town last year, so I can't wait to see what it's gonna, I can't wait to check it out this year. So how many participants how many teams are you looking for, and are you full already,
Yep.
or?
Nope. So last year we had 44 teams. This year we're taking 65. Right now there's about 30 teams registered.
Okay.
So there's still room, although, who knows
Mm-hmm.
at this time. But yeah, we're so excited. So it's that first weekend in August. August 2nd, the sand will come. And then that evening, come down, check it out, bring your lawn chairs, watch the dump trucks. We are expanding.
Mm-hmm. Bring your toys.
Yes, bring your
Yes.
toys, play in the sand. So we're expanding this year, so it'll be another 2 courts. Last year we had 4 courts. So on one block, we're going an extra half a block, and we'll have 2 more courts, which then also gives us some more room for.
So this next one, so you're gonna go to like the Franz and Citizens Bank?
Potentially,
That
yes.
area? Okay,
Yeah.
if you get enough teams? Yeah.
Right. So that's the plan. So German Street's going to be torn up this summer, so
Right.
we're kind of still working through some logistics on
Traffic
and
right.
So,
Yeah.
but definitely we'll be expanding an extra 2
Okay.
blocks or the extra 2 courts. And it's just going to be fun. The sand volleyball starts right away in the morning, and it'll go late at night, depending on how many teams.
And then you'll have a band that night also?
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, live
okay.
music, or it might be a DJ. Don't
Okay.
quote me on that.
Okay, we won't hold you.
I need to check in with that committee.
You may have to sing, right?
Oh gosh, no, but for sure, it's fun. It was so fun last year.
So the
for
tournament
sure.
is only on Saturday, but you can come down Friday night and
Yes.
just enjoy the
Right.
sand with the kids
Yep,
and
and
get
again-
some ice cream and
Exactly.
yeah.
Go out to eat. There's definitely at least 1 food truck confirmed for Friday already,
Okay.
and so potentially some more also.
Okay, and
Yeah.
if you are looking to get a team, how many people are on a team?
So it's
normally
a 6 co-ed, but you
Okay.
can have subs. You
Right.
can have 8, 10 people on your
Right,
team.
but you have to
it's
have
a
at least 6,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
you should just call down to the chamber and sign up their
Yeah,
team.
yeah, or the
Okay.
registration form's online as well
Right.
at newelm.com.
Okay,
And there's different divisions, A, B, and rec. So there's
Mm-hmm.
so to play to your, what your different skills are. Obviously,
Okay.
there'll be different levels for all types of players.
Mm-hmm. okay, does the chamber have a team in here?
No, not yet. I was on a team last year, but then only got to play one of the games because it was just so busy. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Anything else that we've missed?
Oh,
There
gosh.
just seems like there's a lot of stuff going
Yeah,
on.
no,
And
it's
then besides
good.
that, there's tourists
It's
coming through town,
tourism
right?
season, yes. It's July is tourism season, so hotels are filling up, which is great. It's
That's
nice
right.
to see. July is full with Bavarian Blast and other things happening then too, and there's just a lot going on.
There is.
It's good.
That's right, it is a good thing, that's
Yeah.
right. All
Cool.
right, we'll be right back. Now we have Crystal Fleck with Community Ed here, and you would think that in the summertime you wouldn't be quite as busy, school's off, but you have kind of a major undertaking right now with
Yeah.
this storybook theater. It's presenting Rapunzel.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about what's all going on with it.
So far we have 43 kids signed up,
Whoa,
and the registration's still open. It will be July 8th through the 12th, and what happens is all the kids will come Monday and they'll try out for different parts. Every kid will get a part no matter what. And then Tuesday through Friday is basically rehearsal. It goes from about 8 to 12:15 each day. And then we will have a performance for grandmas and grandpas, aunts, uncles, friends, family to come. That'll be Friday night at 7, and then we'll have a matinee on Saturday at 11.
So this is like when you were a little girl, it was like children's theater.
Correct.
And it was, my girls were in it too, and it was fantastic. I mean, like you say, everybody gets a part, and they had so much fun with it. And it's a great week just to get the kids out of the house a little bit.
Yep.
And just, yeah. So what ages can they be?
It's like 7 and up.
7 and up.
7
Yep.
and up.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Majority of the kids we have right now are like 7
Yeah,
to 8,
yeah.
and then we have a few 13-year-olds, and then kind of a mix in between 10 and 12. So.
Right. Yeah. Perfect ages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect ages. This is all new. It's used to be Prairie Fire, like you
Yes,
said.
yeah.
Now it's Storybook. They basically come and put it all together, and then I will be there kind of helping
Directing
monitor.
and yes.
And then just for the performance, it's just a couple bucks to get in.
Right.
Just
And that's at the Newham High School.
Newham High School
Right.
in the auditorium there.
Which is beautiful. If you've never been there, just go and watch that because that's
Yes.
really neat. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. All the kids are so excited that
Yes.
time too.
So that'll be a big week.
yes, yes.
And then for kids too, I also have a Building a Positive Way of Thinking. So those are 7-week classes you can attend. They start July 11th and go through August 22nd. We have a group for 5th to 8th grade that go like 3:45 to 5, and then we have a group for 6th to 12th graders, and then they go right after, and then we also have ones for adults if they want to go right
Okay,
after.
okay.
You know, if you have children in that age group, they can, you know, they can go to between their age group, and then the parents can go at the end if they want.
So do you have to make it to all 7 classes or?
No, I think it's beneficial.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an actual session, you know, the sessions,
right.
but
if you're on vacation, don't
Yeah.
feel like you can't come to it, right?
yeah,
yeah.
there's so many, you know, people, that's what they do. Everyone's on vacation. And
Yes.
you know, sometimes when you have a session like that, you may have to skip a week, but it'll be fine.
That's okay,
I'm sure,
yeah.
you know, a lot of times if that happens, the instructor, if they have handouts, they'll make sure they get them to you.
Okay, perfect. That sounds like a great class.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then I have a lot of stuff in August, so be ready for
Be
next
ready,
month.
yes.
But I just kind of want to throw that out there that we do have the babysitting class and the home alone class. They are both back to back, whether you want one or both, and that's August 3rd. So the babysitting will go from 9:30 to 1, and then the home alone class is 1:30 to 3.
Okay, which are
So-
great classes, super classes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, kind of for the adult side, we have the internet safety. It's protecting your privacy. Leroy, actually from the library, teaches that. That will be July 12th through August 16th. I know in the brochure it does say June 14th, but it has not started. We had to move the dates. In the summer, we clean, you know,
Oh,
there's
right.
deep cleaning at the school.
Exactly.
So he he wanted a smart board and a projector and things like that. So we had to push it out a little since Washington is getting cleaned right now. So we moved that from July 12th through August 16th. And that's basically, I mean, even high schoolers can take it if they want. You know, it's kind of age 14 and up.
Right.
We have the cookie decorating again, which is, we have one June 26th, but that just filled today
Okay.
with 16.
Wow.
This is the adult cookie one, so 16 students. And then we have another one coming July 24th, and they're going to be doing kind of a summer theme.
And the cookies are just,
yeah.
the pictures on the internet, on Facebook are just cute. They're
Yeah,
having
we
a
had
blast.
we had a kid class a couple weeks ago, and it was kind of fun because that was where I was actually there, hands-on. And, you know, you have the cookies in front of you. She has everything set up with the frosting in the bag, and it's just being creative and
Right.
doing, you know, painting them the way you know, icing them the way you want. So
Exactly.
that'll be fun.
That, it looked really, really fun. Yeah, yes.
And then we have social media for business. That is an online class. And it's July 18th, and it goes from noon to 1.
Okay.
But she does tape them, so if you're at work and it doesn't
Okay.
work, she does have tapings of them. So if you sign up for them and, you know, take it during your lunch hour, or if you can't, she does have taping. So that's
Okay.
nice. And she's, you know, she's so easy to get along with, so easy to get a hold of. She'll help you in any way. She's a great instructor. So I have a lot of people taking her classes.
Right. Well, it you know, it just seems like, especially in the business world, social media is everything, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, if you need some help with your business to get it going.
Yeah.
This sounds
And
like a
there's
great
so
class.
many, you know, since COVID, there's been so many online classes.
Yes.
You know, some it's hard for, not, you know, it's not ideal for them, but, you
But
know,
if
it's
you
just
find a
kind
good
of,
instructor,
yeah.
that's the main thing. So that's good. That's good.
and you don't have to leave your house. I mean,
Exactly. Yes.
and then last but not least, of course, the state fair.
Oh.
We're going again August 29th. Since I started in 2016, there hasn't been one day that we haven't had, you know, nice weather. It's always,
Okay, you
So
heard
it's
it
been nice.
right here.
Yes, yes.
Crystal is promising good weather.
Promising good
Yes.
weather.
And that one always books out.
Yes.
So make sure, can you call right away now
yep,
already?
you can call
Okay.
right away. You can go online. My direct number is 507-233-8307. Or you can go online if you prefer that. It's newalm.ce.eleo.com.
Okay, and you can sign up for that now. Because what a great thing. So they drop you off at the gate, and then you can go and enjoy the fair, and then they pick you up at the gate. You
Yep.
don't have to worry about driving down there or parking,
Yes.
nothing. It really is.
And it's literally like 20 feet from the gate. Like he
Exactly.
drops you off. And then the bus usually stays parked there. We kind of have, you know, the same people that go each year, and they go and do their thing, and then they come back and the bus is on and, you know,
If you wanna
AC.
cool
So
off
if you
for a
want
little
to
bit,
take a nap
yes.
or whatever, you know, it's in a
Yeah.
coach bus. So,
I think
So,
it's
yeah.
just, I think it's just a great idea.
yeah,
Great
$30
idea.
to get there. You can go to the chamber and get your discounted tickets. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
it is, it's senior day. So you can get it from the chamber in New Ulm, or you can get it right from the gate when
Okay,
when we
okay.
get there that day, whatever.
So what time does the bus leave?
We'll leave at 6:30.
6:30 in the morning, and
Park at the
then
middle school, and
Okay.
then head over there, and then we'll leave at 4.
at 4, okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, you'll have a good time, a
Yes.
nice crisp morning.
Yes,
and
it's nice when you
everything
get
is
there so early because it's nice and there's
Not as many.
once it gets to be around lunchtime, it's like whoa. So it's kind of nice to
Really,
go,
Yes, yeah,
you know,
yeah. That's
do your thing
right.
before the
right.
big crowd comes.
So what day of the week is that?
It's a Thursday.
Perfect, perfect. So
Yep.
you don't have the weekend crowds
Yep,
either.
we go on
so-
Thursday, and then Sleepy Eye Community Idols goes Monday.
Okay.
So it's a senior day. I mean, we have some, I think, that go both.
Sure.
They go Monday and Thursday.
Mhm.
We always have a group of ladies from Gibbon, and we pick them up in Winthrop on the way.
I
So
love it.
it's kind
Yeah, that's good. That's
same
good.
thing, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, enjoy this month. It's busy enough, and then you said August is gonna be crazy busy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So watch for Crystal next month as well. And then a new flyer will be coming out, I suppose, for fall.
Yep, the new
too.
flyer will be, I have it turned in July 8th, so it comes out the second to last week in July, and then registration, we kind of moved it up a little this year,
Okay.
so it'll be July 31st.
So watch for that to come in the mail
Yes,
also.
yeah.
So,
It's kind of nice because I feel like August is just crazy for parents and everybody
Yeah.
because they're getting ready for school, and then once school starts, it's like, okay, now let's,
right,
you know, check out what can we do, you know, this fall.
that's right.
We have a lot of things coming. We have a new instructor that wants to offer some things, so
Oh, good.
be on the lookout for the
All right.
brochure.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be right back. Now we have Amy Johnson with Brown County Historical Society, and there's always things happening at the museum. But the best part, probably during these summer months, is the popcorn wagon. So, so it is going to be out a few different times this month.
Yes, yes, and we're still celebrating 1110 years of
Yes.
the Popcorn Wagon, so it's a birthday year. We're gonna have it out on Saturday, July 20th, and then that's kind of, we could try to pair it with events that are going on in the community. So on the 20th is Bavarian Blast, and then on the 27th is Downtown Crazy Days. So the Popcorn Wagon will be part of the Crazy Day fray, and
Yes.
that's from 10 to 5. The
Okay.
Popcorn Wagon is generally out. It's going to be out in front of the gas pumps in front of the annex. So
Which is great, because then you can just pull right in,
Yep.
grab some popcorn, and or walk over there too. But yeah,
Yep.
it's really, it's nice, yeah.
and the parking lot's right there, so you can just stop in, visit a
Life
little
is
bit.
good.
Yes.
Life is good there.
So thanks to Bank Midwest for sponsoring the Popcorn Wagon this
Mm-hmm.
year. And again, this is a volunteer-run activity of the museum. So we have a whole host of volunteers that help
Mm-hmm.
staff the Popcorn Wagon, then again coordinated by Yvonne Weber. So we greatly
The
appreciate
popcorn lady
that.
herself,
The
yes.
popcorn lady
Yes,
herself.
That's fantastic. So then you've got 10 different days during the year that you can have the popcorn wagon out because of your license.
Right.
So then you kind of pick the days that, okay, there's something going on downtown or whatever. And then you've got one Saturday, August 3rd right away also. So you've got like 3 weekends in a
Okay.
row that you've got popcorn wagon.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, believe you me,
What's-
I
what's
keep
the
track of
third?
the popcorn
Is the
wagon.
third?
Doesn't even matter. It's open. The popcorn wagon is out. I'm good.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, and then you've got Kiesling House. You're
Yes.
open also.
The Kiesling House is also open, and it is open on Fridays and Saturdays from 11 to 3. Something exciting that's going on there is we recently received a grant from the New Ulm Area Foundation to redo the signage. So it probably won't be completed yet in July, but our goal is before the close of the season, which it goes through Labor Day. We're hoping that we're going to get some August programming in on the weekends, and then, you know, we'd like to do the unveiling of the signage that the New Ulm Area Foundation has kindly granted us. So thank you to them for everything that you do. We appreciate it. The signage was created in 2016, and it was only supposed to be temporary. And then little bits and pieces, this one got put in, this one got put in, so that it's not as consistent and have a theme. So this is going to be hopefully very sharp looking and
Good.
just
All new. And
new stuff for the
yes,
Kiesling House.
Yes. So during like the Fridays and Saturdays in July, you can just go in, take a look at everything in
Yep.
this historic home, and right.
Yep.
Is there certain programs that you've got too, or is it just basically the house is the program?
Yeah, well, the main floor is kind of the exhibit on the Kieslings themselves and
Okay.
the U.S. Dakota War, the house itself, and then the second floor there's kind of a special exhibit on laundry, and then there's a movie that was made years ago, kind of about the U.S. Dakota War in the house, so that's there as well. We do have some programming on occasion that still has yet to be determined, like maybe butter making or preparing food for winter, or the animals of the Minnesota River Valley. So that some of that will be coming up in August, soon to be announced. So
Right,
stay tuned on
right.
that. Admission is $3. Members, of course, are free.
And
then
it really
four
is a
and
neat
under.
house to see.
It
really
is.
If you haven't been in there in a while, it really is neat.
Yeah. I've had this conversation with a couple of different people now since the house opened again. And it's one of those kind of things, like, you're never really a tourist in your own town,
Yes.
right? Like, the Kiesling House is one of those things where it's like, I've lived here since 1950 and I've never come to the Kiesling House before. It's just one of those things that you don't think to do, but, you know,
Right.
think to do it, because it's definitely
It
a
is.
very interesting story.
And it's, you know, on the outside it kind of looks small. And then when you get inside, it's really kind of spacious.
Yeah.
But then when you start thinking about, okay, and then the addition wasn't, of course, there, but then you start thinking about, but there was a family that lived here.
Yeah.
Then it gets real small again. So it's
Right.
really interesting. It's interesting to take your kids or your grandkids through it also and just show them that this was a typical home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other interesting thing is, if you look at the 1870 census, which is also on display in the house, not only did they have all their kids that were living in there with them in this very tiny house, but Mr. Kiesling was a blacksmith. He also had a blacksmith apprentice at that time on their census, and they also had a housekeeper.
Oh my God. All in this
Why
little
not?
house. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So good. It really is good to, and that, like you say, that whole story of the Kieslings is in there too. So that's
Yep.
neat. So that's fun. Okay. And then you've got none other than Terry Sweeney.
Yes, Terry Sweeney will be
Lunch
coming
and a Bite of
to do
History.
Lunch and a Bite. Yep, and that is going to be on Thursday, July 11th at noon. Again, Lunch and a Bite. We don't provide lunch, but you
Right.
are welcome to come and bring your lunch. It's about an hour-long presentation, 45 minutes of presenting, and then 15 minutes or so of time for questions. And yeah, Terry will be talking about a book that he recently wrote on Francis Bosson, and that will be the presentation. And Francis Bosson was quite the individual. He was New Ulm's first city councilor. He was a city councilor. He was a county commissioner. He was New Ulm's first lawyer. He was a city and county attorney. He was also a state rep,
Wow.
and he helped to write Minnesota's Constitution.
Wow.
So it's a big book.
Yes, it is. It
How's
is.
Terry gonna find 45 minutes to tell the
Exactly.
story? I don't know. And then there's some intrigue and
Mm-hmm.
mystique that's involved with the story of Francis Bosson. So it's not just straight cut lawyer, commissioner, count. It's like, oh, what else was Francis
Exactly.
Bosson up to?
That's
So-
right. And hopefully he'll have some books for sale there as
And
well,
yes.
because it's a great story.
Yeah. And we do have them in the museum store as well.
Oh, you do?
so,
Okay.
yep.
Okay, good, good. Okay, and then you've got a guest curator right now.
Yes, yes. Lauren Levon, also known as Lauren McMacken,
Yes.
our programs coordinator, is an artist. She's a graphic artist and also a photographer. And so she will be our guest curator through September on the
Okay.
second floor.
Okay.
Come check it out.
Yeah, it looks neat. It looks, some of our pictures are just beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you've got a new exhibit coming too with the flower.
That is now open.
Oh, it's open already,
Yep,
okay.
so it opened last weekend.
Okay,
So the rise and fall, get it, of Brown, okay, I
Love
didn't
it.
finish the joke. I didn't finish the joke. The rise and fall of Brown County's flower industry. That's after
I-
flowers when I say rise and fall, get it?
I love it.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Good job.
I didn't come up with the name. I can't take credit for that.
It is really good though.
So that exhibit is now open in the second floor, on one of the galleries on the
And I
second
don't
floor.
think people realize how big the flower industry was in our county. I mean,
Right.
like the Sleepy Eye roller mill, I mean, the Sleepy Eye, they really kind of keep it alive a little bit more maybe.
Mhm.
But, yeah, it's really interesting in our town
Yeah.
and in our county, really.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
Our
much so.
entire county.
It was, yeah, we were a huge supplier of
Well, yes,
flour to the
exactly.
nation. So,
Mhm.
yep, big
So,
business.
Is that on the second floor as well?
That's on the second floor as well.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Anything else that you've got going on?
Well, there's always something going on, but I think we're good. I think we're good for now. But stay tuned because August is coming.
Exactly, and
And,
we know what August is.
Lots of stuff.
Lots
So,
of stuff,
yeah.
right? Lots of Dakota conflict.
Yep. And we are
Okay.
going to try a new program over at the Kiesling House in
Okay.
August. It's going to be Heritage Chores Camp. So if you think that before your kids go back to school, why not send them to Chores Camp?
I love
We've
it.
got a chores camp coming your way, but not modern chores, heritage chores.
I love it. I'm signing my grandson up right now. That sounds fun. There's just so many different things that you are always partaking in, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good.
All right, so we'll see you at the popcorn wagon.
All right, thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for having me today.
You bet. Okay. We have John Kellen with the Grand Center for Arts and Culture now telling us about what's happening in July at the Grand, and always there's some good music going on. So
Yes.
let's start with the music at the cabaret. So what artists do we all have, are we going to be seeing in July?
Sure. So we have Juliet and the Montagues. We have Mussolini, Chris Bertrand. So a mix of jazz and folk. And coming up, we're going to have the Quantum Mechanics, which is a lot of fun. We've been booking into the fall too. So it's some really great
Good.
musicians coming to town.
And like you say, it's a mix of a lot of different kind of singing, so music. So
Yes.
it's going to be something for everybody.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
Right.
we want to mix it up because people have different tastes, and it's really been a lot of fun learning how to do this side of the business, booking bands and listening to bands, and
Yeah.
kind of finding out what their attraction is.
Right.
Yeah.
So what time do doors open?
So the doors open at 6:30,
Okay.
and then music is from 7 to 9:30.
Okay, sounds good. And then
Yep.
you can get your beverage and
Yep,
anything.
we have
yes.
a nice selection of wine and beer, and some light snacks, charcuterie board.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice just sitting
Yeah.
there listening to music.
Yeah,
and-
it's a great space
It
for
is.
music for sure.
Okay, so that is, and then you're collaborating with the library also with Joey Leone, and that's a Wednesday night, I believe,
Right.
right? So
Yep.
it's a little bit different, because usually your music is Friday nights.
Right,
But now this is Wednesday, July 17th.
right.
So, and he's
He's an amazing blues guitarist and educator, and so we were partnering. We love doing things with the library,
Yes.
and when they came to us and said, "Hey, we have him here for a day. Would you like to also feature him at the Grand?" We said, "Of course." It's
Perfect.
very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's going to be playing at the Grand then from 7 to 9. So he'll be at the library during the day,
Yep.
talking and playing, and then at the Grand that night. So that sounds really fun.
Yeah,
Sounds
really
like
educational about the history of blues and the different instruments, and yeah, he's quite a performer.
And speaking of instruments, you've got the Indigenous Flute and Drum Circle, and that's always on, this next month is Tuesday, July 16th.
Correct.
So anyone can come?
Anyone, yep.
Okay.
And we've had everything from, little shavers up
Yeah.
to, 80-some-year-old people just trying to check it out. It's very soothing. In fact, I wish I could go down. The music is wafting up to my offices, with the flute music and the drumming, and yeah, it's really relaxing.
And you don't have to have, you just
No
come.
experience,
No
no. And
experience,
she
and
has
she has
instruments,
everything.
and she
Okay.
has, yep, she
Okay.
has the different flutes too, yeah.
So do you have to sign up for it, or you just come?
No,
Okay,
just
so
come. Yep.
Tuesday, July 16th, and that's from 3 to 4. So
Yep.
just stop in and check that out, because that does
That
sound
is fun.
really, really
Yep.
neat.
Mhm.
Okay, and then you've got Olivia Hop Hoppy?
Yep.
Hop? Okay.
Hop, I think.
Okay,
yeah.
so she's July 12th through August 2nd. So, and I mean, some of the stuff that you've got online on your Facebook page or your website, the artistry that she does is really
Yeah,
amazing.
it's amazing. Yeah, the combination of materials that she uses, and yeah, we're really excited about that.
Right, so that'll be neat. So is that gonna be in the Four Pillars? Is she?
Yes.
Okay, that'll be at the Four
Yep.
Pillars. So again, anytime the Grand is open, just go up to the second floor and check that out,
Yep.
because it's a beautiful space but it really is, the stuff that she uses is really, really pretty.
Right.
And then you've got a paper making class, you said, right?
Yes.
At the press?
Yes, that's on the 13th of July from noon to 4. You know, it's amazing to watch paper being made. And
Is that the one where you put the seeds in also? You can
Yes.
put, oh, neat.
Yep,
Okay, that
mhm.
sounds fun,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So you have something useful. You can use it
Right.
to plant and have flowers
Exactly,
afterwards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds neat,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and you have to register for that though, right?
Yes, you can
Okay.
register online for that. Yep.
Okay.
It's from noon to 4 and $20.
Okay,
It's very affordable.
and that'll be down in the basement in the cellar
Correct,
press. So
correct.
that's neat. So if you
Yep.
haven't taken a class there yet, yeah.
Yeah,
and
those
like
are
you say,
fun.
you can-
Yeah, I've taken, I think, 6 classes now. I'm going to be out of town, so I'm not going to be able to go to that one. I'm at a music festival that weekend, so
Okay.
bummer I'm going to miss that one. But there's always something
There's
coming
always
up.
something,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, for sure.
exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, I think we covered all that, but then you've got, anything else? Then you've got this big thing happening.
Oh, sure, yeah. So we're really excited. We're bringing Emmylou Harris to town, and not a tribute, but the real deal. Really excited about that. We're very fortunate. We have an anonymous donor who is actually paying to bring her here, and so allowing us to have an intimate evening with her, and as a way to fundraise for the Grand. We have just in the last week and a half or so opened it up pre-sale to our member donors. That's really, it's a private show, so
Right.
and then we're partnering with the State Street Theater, and so the State Street Theater members and board will have access here coming up in the next week or two. And so we've already sold about half the seats already.
Wow.
It was pretty busy, kind of a
Right.
crazy couple of weeks, but really excited. In fact, we've added, just another 15 or so members just this last week. People heard, it's like, well, how can I get Emmylou tickets? And
Exactly,
it's like,
that's
well,
just what I was gonna ask you. So you become a member, and it's not like it's expensive at
no,
all.
no,
So-
$35 for an individual or $60 for a family
Yeah,
membership.
and that $35, you get a newsletter, like my newsletter comes all the time.
Yep,
and So it's
mhm.
just, it's a great thing, you know what's going on at the Grand, what the classes are. Because
Right.
the classes fill up really
Right,
fast.
and you get discounts on ticketed shows and discounts in our gift shop, and there's some other benefits associated, but mainly it's just to contribute to, the overall space, to have
Exactly.
this. It's a really unique thing you have in New Ulm. Really thrilled to be part of it.
That's right, that's right. So
Yeah.
if you wanna see Emmylou Harris, really see Emmylou Harris in at State Street Theater, great venue besides.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
a
become a
couple
member, so
people-
just call the Grand.
Yeah,
and-
call the Grand or online, go to our website, thegrandnewulm.org. It's real easy to do, or come in, either way.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. And Emmylou, the date on that is
October 19th.
October 19th.
7:30, yeah.
But get your tickets pretty soon, because
Yeah,
like you say, half of them are
they're
gone
gonna sell
already.
out,
Right.
probably, and then if you're a member, or if you're not, become a member, or either
Right.
of the Grand or the State Street Theater. We're
Yeah.
partnering with the theater, really excited about what's going on there. We've upgraded their electrical system
Yes.
to be able to accommodate these larger acts, because they have very specific requirements for their soundboards and for their lighting systems,
Yeah.
and the old theater needed a little bit of an
A little
upgrade.
boost, yes.
They had a temporary estimate, the electrician, to do it just for this one show, and we got to talk. It's like, you know what? It's for X amount of dollars more. We went back to our investors, and they just said, let's just do it, because that way it's a permanent upgrade, and then so now we'll have that ability to bring other acts here to New Ulm.
And just look at the Grand, I mean, you've got one week you're partnering with the library, with the music, and then, then in October you're partnering with State Street Theater, so, thank you
Yeah.
for all your, bringing in different people also, that really that's what small town living is
Yeah,
about.
well,
Yeah.
I'm just really impressed with how different organizations partner together,
Mm-hmm.
and we're looking at doing things with Brown County Historical Society and their museum too, and the more that we can collaborate and do things that are interesting, that will bring people to town, come and check out. It's already a cool town, and
It is,
has lots
but
of
yeah,
neat things to be
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the smallest museum is.
Yes,
People,
okay.
people should check that out too, right?
Yeah, and we have a few things. We had kids camps. We had 20,
that's
19
great.
little ones, elementary school kids, and then 14 middle schoolers in the afternoon. And we have a second one coming up in August.
Okay,
And there'll be different projects. So some of the same kids are going to be signing up for another one. They had a blast. It's 5 days, and boy, the energy! It's just like all these little kids running. It's great,
That's great.
And they're just having a blast doing really some neat projects. And then also
and you've got some great teachers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what really makes it. They
Yes.
know how to work with these kids. They have
Yeah.
projects that they can do, and they can be kind of guided on how do they use these different materials and things. And then for our high school students in July, we have a teen cuisine. And so they're going to be using really nutritious foods and really tasty things that they're going to be making. And so we're partnering, again, another partnership with Brown County 4-H.
Oh, neat.
And the University of Minnesota Extension. It's amazing the work that they do with volunteers and and their research that they have. They know they've done a lot of questionnaires about what do people want, what do the kids want, and so it's really fun to be able to bring them into our space.
That's gonna
and
be great. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get in on that one.
Exactly,
about food.
yes.
See if they have any extras. Yeah.
So are they going to be cooking the food
Yeah.
also?
Oh, yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That
2
sounds
days.
great.
Yep. And so they
Okay.
get to, they talk about the nutrition and, why it's really important to be eating fresh vegetables and food
Yeah.
and not the processed stuff.
Right,
And
right.
kind of there's an educational component as well to it, and obviously the good food and the spices and things
Wow.
that they can use. So hopefully encourage them to
Yeah.
get into cooking.
Get
Yeah.
away from the chicken nuggets all the time, right?
Yeah, ooh. yeah. There's so many things that people eat. I kind of wonder. They go to the grocery store. So and then finally we have we're hiring.
Okay,
We're looking for
perfect.
2 people, maybe even one could do both. The Cellar Press is looking for a coordinator to help out with the book arts,
Okay.
printmaking, and book bindery and so forth. And then we're also looking for an administrative assistant to help us with marketing and just things around, and with a gift shop, someone who maybe has some retail experience. And
Sounds
so-
like a fun job, like every
Yeah,
day would never be
it-
the same as the next.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
that
is.
sounds
It's a
really
great
fun.
place to work. Really fun space.
So full-time?
So 2 half-time, so 20,
Okay.
25 hours. But as we've been talking about, depending on who the person is, it might actually be something that could morph into a full-time position.
Right.
Given if they have an interest in art, we can teach them how to do
Exactly,
these things
right.
in Cellar Press. And then obviously with a good social skills and outgoing and talking to people, because a lot of people come in to the Grand and to our gift shop and they've never been here before.
Right.
And so we get to tour them around and show
Yeah.
them and talk about the history of the place, and it's really magical
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it is.
So, yeah.
Okay, so if you're interested in these positions, which sound awesome,
Yeah.
just give you guys a
Yeah,
call
give it a
too.
call, yep. 359-9222
Okay.
is our main office, or you can email us too,
Okay.
or through our website. So,
Okay,
yeah.
sounds good. Or if you
Yeah.
just want more information about this,
Yeah.
about these positions too, just check with John too.
Yes,
So that's great.
perfect. Yeah.
All right,
cool.
great.
All right.
Well, have a great July.
Yeah, you too.
All
All
right,
right.
thank
All
you.
right, stay dry out there.
Yeah, that's
All
right. We'll be right
Great,
back.
thanks.
Okay, welcome back. We've got Dick Seaboth with the Concord Singers, and we're just pleased that you are here. We haven't had the Concord Singers on for a while, the ambassadors of goodwill. So we're excited to hear everything about the Concord Singers. So we're going to start way back. We're going to start back in 1931. So what happened? Why were they formed? How did that work out?
Well, I wasn't around for that
No,
event,
you
but
weren't either.
rumor has it that 25 or so men in New Ulm got together for the love of singing and presentation of song, and started practicing, working things out. For years, their performances were only in English, and in the 70s, with the popularity of people's backgrounds coming to the forefront, they switched the program to Deutsch, and now our focus is preserving the German language through song. And it's been a lot of fun.
It is,
We've
yes.
done 7 albums, made 5 trips to Germany and the rest of Europe, and the momentum keeps growing. We're very fortunate to have picked up probably 8 guys over the last 3 years. We needed to do that as the guys just plain age out. I can't believe that I've been in 45 years. but,
45 years, oh my goodness, yeah.
so we've got some guys on the bench, if you will, but picking up some new blood and training them in, it's a process, but they lend those of us that have done it so long new energy, and it's really a
Absolutely.
plus. So
Right.
if anyone is sitting on their sofa interested in having a lot of fun, supporting the community, sharing our heritage, get in touch, and we have a website, so track us down and we'll talk about things. We'll start practice again in September, so give it some more thought.
So from September, so during like the school year,
Yes.
then you practice one night a week, right?
Thursday nights, and we wrap it
Turner
up at the
Hall.
end of May.
Okay.
No,
No?
we're at the Community Center, 6th North and German.
Oh, okay, so you practice there one night a week during the kind of the school year, and then and you're performing all year long, of course, but.
Whenever opportunities present themselves, as you will learn shortly, July is a pretty busy month for us, but then September and October, probably every weekend, we're
Yeah.
involved somewhere.
Right. And
Because
then you've got
that's
some-
Oktoberfest season, and that's what
That's
is
right.
popular right now.
Exactly. That's right. That's right. You know, I think people would be amazed at how much talent New Ulm really has. I mean, with years back already, you know, when we had different operas here and different singing groups and different, you know, just like the Turner Hall and all the different Union Square too, where there was theatrical performances and music. We've always had a big music background in our town, so it's neat that the Concords keep carrying that forward.
Well, thank you for that, and
Yes.
this is called Something Artsy. Great things are happening a block away at State Street Theater, and we want to perpetuate those type of traditions.
That's right. So you've got how many members right now? How many singers do you have right now?
We have 27 gentlemen and a fine female accompanist, and without
Fantastic,
her, we
yes.
wouldn't be very functional. She
That's right.
does a nice job
She
of
does.
keeping us going and filling in the cracks, so to speak.
That's right. That's right. She is. So what is like your target? Like what would be like the perfect number?
I don't know that there is. We
Okay.
don't want to get below 20 for sure.
Right.
Because, we have 2 or 3 gigs on a weekend. It's hard for some of the membership to make all 3 engagements because someone is farming, someone's got an anniversary to go to, someone's washing their hair. So actually right now, the more the merrier. I think
Spread the
in the
love.
90s, we peaked out at 46.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So let's get back up there again. Yeah.
Well, we'd surely like to get over 30.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. And it just seems like whenever you're performing, you guys are having so much fun together. So, yeah.
Well, it's infectious because if we're having fun, the audience will have fun, and we feed off each other.
Exactly.
And it's a little bit of a feeding of personal ego, but it's again accomplishing sharing of Gemütlichkeit spirit throughout the community and throughout Minnesota and the upper Midwest as we trek around, and you'll find out about our trekking in just a minute.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that are coming up in July. You've got, like you said, July is a busy month for you guys.
It sure is, and it starts off right here in New Ulm, a couple of blocks away at Turner Hall Park. They do a nice celebration of music and food all day, and we start out the program at 10:45. So come on in early. We'll get
So
things
July 4th at Turner Hall Park is
get things rocking,
Yes.
and enjoy the beer garden, all the nice food that they have, and I believe I don't know the lineup after we're finished, but I think it goes all the way till 7 p.m. So you don't
And it
have to
is-
drive far to enjoy
No, and
a
just
very festive
bring
day.
your chair. I mean, they've got beautiful shade trees there. It's a great place, great day. Yes. And then you're on the road for a little bit.
Yes, on Friday the 12th, we head to Madelia and engage in their Park Days parade. Prior to jumping on the parade float, we do a performance at 5:30 in the afternoon at Living Meadows Nursing Home, and then we'll be part of the regalia going around town and waving to all who come on in, and certainly everyone's invited. It's a very nice parade, and the parade route is quite shady, so I encourage you to come. Saturday, we keep right on rolling, jump on our rolling clubhouse and head down to Worthington. They have Nobles County International Days. It starts on Friday at 5:30. We're down there on Saturday and hit the stage at 3:20 in the afternoon and go for just about 2 hours. There is a break in it, but they have a lot of different ethnic acts, and this year we're the German highlight. But that isn't it for the weekend. We have 3 in a row. On Sunday, we head north up to Winthrop for Farm City Fun Days, and the parade is at 2 o'clock. After we dismount from the float, we quickly set up our sound system and do a program in the park where they've got their chicken barbecue and all, and that's always a real winner, both from the standpoint of a nice crowd, and they do a real good job on the chicken.
And the parade, it really is, it's a nice parade. I've been to the Winthrop parade. It's very nice, yeah. Then where do you head?
Well, then we don't have to drive very far because Bavarian Blast is at our doorstep. We are real pleased this year to be working with the Blast Committee. Concord Singers are helping coordinate the housing for Music Verein Herborn Sailbach, making their 8th trip to New Ulm.
Wow.
So on Friday, because of the exceptional amount of entertainment, the event's starting earlier than normal, we'll be taking the stage at 10:30 in the morning. So have your coffee and come to the festival
right.
early. We're going at 10:30. An hour later, Herborn Sailbach, who's an exceptional band, is on an hour right after us. And our second show on Friday is at 3:30 in the afternoon for an hour, and Herborn follows us again for an hour. Saturday is a real busy day. We hit the stage at, gotta find it here, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's as early as the blast has ever started, and we'll get that tent rocking early. So come on down and participate. We're on 10 to 11. Herborn follows us for an hour, and then mid-afternoon, we're on from 3 to 4, and the big brass band's on from 4 to 5. Sunday, the traditional parade takes place at 12:30. I'm sure it'll be over 100 units again, and there's a lot of music in the Bavarian Blast Parade, so that's a freebie. Come on out, grab your lawn chair, and follow the parade route. You'll find a spot, I'm sure, with good shade. Then Sunday evening, the Concord Singers have their last performance from 5 to 6, followed by Herborn Sailbach 6 to 7. So the blast is going to be just that this year. We're looking forward to it. We've good friends with these fine German performers, and it'll be special to share them with the community. So come on out and have some fun with us.
Sounds fun. So do you have any plans to go back to Germany to perform? Anything in the works right now?
We are thinking about it for 2025.
Okay.
We've done a head count, and right now, if those within the organization say they wish to go and their better halves, I think we got the bus full already, so I
That'd
don't
be
know that we're
great.
going to be advertising it,
Yeah.
but in in June of 25, we're considering making that adventure, and I do think it probably will happen.
That sounds great. Yes. Anything else happening there on you've got a long sheet there.
Well, I think I've covered most of it, but immediately after we wave goodbye to our German friends, we need to do a little fundraising. So we're out at the Cashwise Brat stand on the 23rd and 24th. And it's always nice to meet our fans and
Oh, neat, yes.
break bread with them at
Yeah.
their expense. And it takes money to run this organization, unfortunately. So it helps bring something home, so we volunteer and do that.
And then also I noticed on your website too, that you can buy different things on your website also, your music and so forth as well. So if you want to buy anything, go right
If
to
you
the
want to,
website.
if you want to take a Concord Singer home with you, we have CDs available. And coming this fall, we'll have a new Christmas CD. The very first recording, I think,
Ah,
that the
neat.
Concord Singers put out was a Christmas album. But the way we perform the music has changed significantly. We've added a number of new songs to our Christmas repertoire, and it's always been our best seller. So we'll have something new to share with the public, and the festive season will be a good one.
And I think people, not everybody probably knows this, but you also make the rounds at Christmas.
Oh,
To
well,
all the nursing
our
homes.
third busiest time of the year
Which is
is
incredible,
December.
right.
We visit the assisted living facilities and the nursing homes in the region,
Yes.
and a
Make
couple of
their
times a
day.
week.
Yes.
Well, they smile along with us, and many of them, because they know the words,
Yeah.
Sing right along. And
That's
it,
really nice.
It enhances my Christmas season quite a bit.
Exactly. Yeah, great. The Concord Singers do a lot of things that a lot of people aren't aware of, you know, and you do a great job doing it. So, yes. Anything else before I let you go?
No, we only have one road trip in August. We run out to the Murray County Fair, and we're out there on the 14th of August. Then we get to actually sit on our laurels for a couple of weeks before things really start rolling in September. So it seems like it's never ending, but it's always fun, and the only way to have an organization fade away and die is be inactive. We
That's
are
right.
not inactive, and I encourage you folks to come out, have some fun with us, listen to our German repertoire, and those young men wish to give it a try. We'd love to speak with you in September.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
Thanks so
All
much
right.
for this opportunity.
You bet. Thanks, Dick. We'll be right back. Super. We have John Lickman here, and he is the executive director at
Correct.
New Ulm Area Foundation, which again, another great foundation that New Ulm is lucky to have. So, for those that don't know, what is New Ulm Area Foundation?
So New Ulm Area Foundation is a community foundation. You might find community foundations throughout the country here, and there are organizations that are recognized by the IRS as nonprofit groups specific to individual localities or communities, and their objective is to support the community. So for New Ulm Area Foundation, our mantra is that we try to support the quality of life in our local community and do it through making our presence known. We accept donations, and then we grant out monies from those donations. We are proud of the fact that we invest that money in permanent endowments. So then that objective is that we only grant out the dividends and interest each year, and then the endowment itself is allowed to grow basically forever. So it's a
And the higher
donation.
that endowment gets, then the more we're
The
able
more.
to fund out because of, right, interest and dividends.
Yes,
Right,
that's
right.
great. So it's a way for people to make a lasting contribution to their community.
Right, right. And then the granting process, we're always looking at the 4 pillars, and those are the
Yes.
4 reasons or 4, what we believe is the strongest thing to be able to grant the money out. And the
Right.
4 pillars are.
So for New Ulm Area Foundation, our 4 pillars are the arts, education, economic development, and historic preservation. So our discussion here today about something artsy really fits in with that first pillar.
Right. So how does NUAF support the arts? Like how have we done that?
Right. So we've done that through the awarding of financial grants. We'll talk a little bit about some of those that we've done. But when we do that, we also work hard to publicize those grant awards and talk about the process so that that encourages other groups in the community to think about if there's a fit with what they're doing versus the things that we can grant out. And then we encourage the rest of the community to help support the arts too. The reason for that is because I think it's pretty well known that communities that have a strong presence of the arts are active and vibrant. The people in those communities tend to work together and appreciate the community and each other. And then also, that's a bigger draw for people to come and visit from outside of the community, as well as for people who are maybe looking for a place to live, potential new residents for the community.
Absolutely,
And
right.
we really appreciate those things about New Ulm and want to see that continue.
Right. So some of the grants that we just gave to the arts, that pillar, what are some of them that we've just
Sure.
done?
So the New Ulm Area Foundation has 2 granting periods each year. So we just completed the spring grants. We awarded 12 grants, and of those 12, 8 of them had some aspect related to the arts. So a good fit also. So I won't go through all 8 of them here, but I'll talk about 3 or 4 of them. Okay, first off, we gave a grant for $3,000 to the State Street Theater Company, and that was to support some of their future productions coming up within the next year. So they do a great job, but to run State Street Theater and to do all of the things associated with licensing and costumes and things like that costs some money too. So I know that receiving grants is really important for State Street Theater. We gave a grant of $4,600 to the New Ulm Fine Arts Boosters, and they were working on a project to replace the electronic pianos at New Ulm Public High School. And in that case, the electronic pianos that were in use had been in place for over 15 years, and the electronics were failing and they couldn't get replacement parts. So getting a grant from the New Ulm Area Foundation made a significant help to make that project work.
Absolutely,
Yes.
right.
We just awarded a grant of $1,800 to the New Ulm Film Society. And this is a group here locally that tries to educate people and bring films or movies that wouldn't necessarily be shown in the box office or maybe have been years and years ago. And not only do they help put those on and promote those, but then they also have discussion groups so they can talk about the things that the filmmaker might have been thinking or the themes that were in place at the time of that. So we thought that was a good addition to the community. And then finally, another one that's a little bit unique is the Grand Center for Arts and Culture is in the process of trying to create a studio for framing and matting of artwork. So this is something that they hope to have completed within the next year. Our grant would help with the establishment of that. And they will also have teaching or lessons or classes for people in the community who are interested in learning those things. They'll have some state-of-the-art equipment for cutting and mounting of matting and framing. So we thought that that was a good opportunity to create something new in the community.
And this is, so we just touched on some of them that have an arts focus because we're at something artsy today, but there is other, there's other pillars that, that, like you said, the historic preservation.
Right.
There was money given to like the Lind House, for instance, for the roof
Yes.
analysis. So New Ulm Area Foundation really touches a lot of different areas in town that maybe people aren't aware of as well. So, but just looking at it from an arts standpoint, it really is a great foundation to have. Sometimes the arts, you don't always have all the money to be able to buy the things that you want, and having
Right.
this granting source is really a great idea. So.
It is, and for a community our size, sometimes it's difficult for the different arts organizations or groups to financially support all the things
Exactly.
that they want to do. And for us to have those opportunities here in our community, it's important that we support them through grants and through other private donations.
About what year was New Ulm Area Foundation founded?
Okay. So New Ulm Area Foundation was founded in 1987, started by a local attorney. His name was Henry Somson, and he gathered some of his friends and colleagues and said, you know, this is a great place to live. We ought to do more to support it and to give back for all of the great opportunities that we've had here locally. So he started it, he said, I wanted to set an example. So he contributed $100,000 to the very first fund, which in 1987 was a lot of money. But then that encouraged several others of his colleagues, and now we have the Henry and Ann Somson Fund is one of the funds, named funds that we manage, and then we've accepted and continue to accept lots of contributions, both from people who make smaller contributions and sometimes want to remain anonymous, as well as others who have the opportunity to make a bigger contribution, and then sometimes that results in a named fund.
So there's no, like, if you want to make a donation, there's not anything too small or too large, of course, but we see a lot of donations even coming through like the funeral home envelopes.
Yes.
In memory of somebody. So if it's a $20 donation, it's great. Anything is accepted. It doesn't have to be a large amount. But then sometimes people will also designate Newell Meyer Foundation as a benefactor in a will also.
Correct.
When they feel like, gosh, Newell really has given a lot to their lives. So
Yes.
it's neat. So if you ever want any more information about that, John is a great resource to talk to about that as well. So.
Yes, so we have a website. People can find out lots of information about the New Ulm Area Foundation. The website address is just newulmareafoundation.org.
And if an organization is thinking that, gosh, there's some funding needs that they have, what could they be working on right now? What should they do?
Right. So as I mentioned, we accept grant applications and go through the process twice a year. We just completed the springtime applications, and now we're starting to get ready for our fall application period. That actually starts when we start accepting applications on July 15th. So that's coming up pretty quickly. And then that window is from July 15th through August 15th.
Okay, so you've got a month to get your application in.
Right. So if people want to see the application, they can see the applications ahead of time. They're active on our website. If you go to newulmareafoundation.org, and then along the top, click on the tab that says Apply for a Grant. There's information there that talks about our guidelines. There's a sample that has all the different fields of information that people need, and they could actually start working on the application. They just can't submit it until July 15th.
And there is no certain amount that you can, I mean, look at the amounts you talked to were anywhere from $1,800 on up. I mean, so it doesn't, there's no set amount that the grant has to be. So it can be a small grant or a large grant. So.
Correct. Oftentimes people ask me about, how much do you think the foundation could award for this project? And we don't really have a good way to answer that other than to say, we also have a tab on our spreadsheet or on our website that has a listing of all the grants we've written and awarded since day one. So that's on the tab that says grants. So people can go there and click on the years along the left side and see the organizations we've awarded and the dollars amount.
Yeah, just
So
check it out. Yeah.
people can see the different amounts.
Right.
Yes.
So you're getting busy for the next granting season, July 15th to
Yes.
August 15th, and then they'll be awarded then end of August, beginning of September?
So the window closes, the deadline is August 15th, and then it takes us a little bit of time to go through. We have a grants committee that reviews in detail every application that we receive, and they work to put together a proposal that allocates the dollars that we have in our budget, and then that goes to our board of directors, who has the final say-so on this. That happens typically in mid-September, so then we're announcing those fall grants at the end of September.
Right. So make sure you get your grants in because, it's important to keep the arts alive and the other three pillars too, but since we're talking about arts today, so yeah.
Yes.
Anything else, John, that you can think of? I think you guys have been very busy.
Yes.
Yes. It's fun
It's
to.
been very busy, it's fun. So this spring granting cycle, we awarded our largest amount of grants since the foundation has been in existence. We awarded about $83,000 in grants. And, not all of those is for the arts. We had the other four pillars also. But the foundation, and really the benefactors and the contributors to the foundation are the ones who have made that happen through their investment and giving back to the community.
Right.
So we're just astounded by the generosity and that people love the New Ulm community and the New Ulm area so much so that they want to see it continue to thrive.
And then not only does New Ulm Area Foundation handle the granting process and so forth, but then you also handle scholarships in the spring
do.
also. So you just got done with all the scholarships, which was quite a
Yes.
lot, yeah.
It was. So we announced scholarship awards totaling about $135,000. So there again, that's helping kids who've grown up in the community here. Many of them, we hope, will come back here and live, long, productive lives here in the community and making New Ulm great.
And then they'll go back to New Ulm Area Foundation at some point in their lives too.
we hope so.
Keep the happiness growing.
Yeah, we hope so.
That's right. All right, thanks, John.
Okay, you're welcome.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
We now have another new participant in something artsy this month. We've got the New Ulm Municipal Band, and we got Don Urach and Brady Weibel, both performers of the community band and municipal band, I'm sorry. So
And actually, I'm the director.
you're the director,
I'm the
okay.
director, yep.
So
So-
any questions, any problems, anything, you have to go to him.
It's all,
Yes.
all on my shoulders.
Exactly.
All on my shoulders.
Okay, so how many members do you have right now?
Right now, we have 45, 50
Oh,
members.
my goodness,
And
okay.
a pretty good instrumentation balance.
Yeah.
So.
And it just seems like when you're in praise and lots of different age groups also, which I love. I mean, you've got,
Yeah.
Brady, you were saying there's high schoolers all the
High
way.
schoolers all the way up to people in their 80s.
Perfect.
And
Yes.
that's important for a community band to really
It is.
represent the community.
It's fantastic.
Right, and it's good for the younger people to learn from the older people, more experienced people. And it works really well. It gels
And-
pretty well.
Doesn't it seem like after you get done with high school, you put that saxophone in the corner and then that's it? But here, you have the ability to keep going with that passion or that love that you have.
And we've had members who've, after high school, quit playing, and then 10, 15, 20 years later, decide to pick that instrument back up again and join. And have been with it for many, many years.
That's fantastic. So are you seeking more members?
We're always seeking members.
Yep.
Since we're a community-based organization, we're just always open to anybody who wants to make the time commitment and put in the effort to be a part of the band. But we're always open to members.
Okay,
Always
so
open.
what is your practice schedule like?
Well, we start rehearsing in March.
Okay, in
And we-
March, okay.
In March. And we do rehearsals March, April, and May, and our first concert is Memorial Day.
Okay.
We continue with rehearsals through June and July and into August, and take a couple of weeks off, and then rehearse again into September.
Okay, but then you're off then during the winter months. You don't have any performances and you don't practice during the winter months.
Nope.
It's just really from April,
Yeah, end of March,
End of March
through first of part of September.
September. So it's a short season, but you have a lot of fun with it.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And things are pretty packed together. Usually, like I
Yes.
said, our first concert is Memorial Day, and then 1st of June, we start German Park concerts, or
Right.
somewhere in New Ulm, and we go June and July, so we have 10, 11 concerts during our season.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you've got, so weekly at German Park, so the month of July, you've got July 10th, July 17th, July 24th, and July 31st, all at German Park.
Correct.
And it's just so relaxing, just sitting down, and the amphitheater is so beautiful. So
Such
why
a
not?
relaxing space.
Right, why not just come and walk and
That's right.
check that out? And then you're at Bavarian Blast.
Yep.
We are too.
Every year
yes.
for performance in their main music tent, and then the parade after as
Right.
well.
And the parade too.
Mhm.
So that, and then that's July 21st, you're at 11 to 12 and 12:30 to 2 o'clock, I think I saw.
Well, 12:30 is the parade. We're in the
Oh,
parade.
the parade, yeah, right,
We're in the
right,
parade.
okay, all right. So where else do you go?
Well, we, like I said earlier, we play for the Memorial Day services out at the New Ulm
Mm-hmm.
Cemetery. And then we also perform at the Oak Hills Pie and Ice Cream Social, which is coming up tomorrow.
Okay,
So we do that, and the rest of them are the German Park concerts. We have 7 German Park concerts, something like that.
Yep.
okay,
about
so
seven.
you'll go all through August with German Park concerts then also, right?
The end of July is our
July.
last German Park concert.
Okay, so July 31st is the last one there?
Yep.
Okay,
And then August 6th, we have a combined concert with the Meyer Grove Community Band at State Street Theater.
that is
So
going to be
that's-
great.
That's an interesting
Yes,
collaboration.
Yeah.
It started last year. The director of the Meyer Grove contacted me and said, would you like to do a combined concert? And we thought, sure, why not? And so we performed a concert at the Paramount Theater in St. Cloud last year, and it was a great success. So they are coming here this year.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the Meyer Grove. What are they?
They are the oldest community band in the state of Minnesota, formed in the 1880s, I believe.
Yeah.
And they are the oldest continuously performing band in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah.
That is neat.
Yeah.
That's neat. Okay, how long has New Ulm Municipal Band? Now, Brady, I know your age because I used to pick you up for school, but how long has a municipal band been around?
Well, actually, in August of 1945, the band, or the city of New Ulm, passed what was called a band tax, which now has just turned into a line item budget funding the New Ulm Municipal Band.
Okay.
So in 1946, that was the first year that the New Ulm Municipal Band actually existed. And it's
Okay.
been in existence ever since, every year since.
And we are so lucky to have that community support. Most
Exactly.
community bands in the area do not have that anymore.
Really?
And it's such a great tradition to continue on
It
with.
is. You know, think about our traditions, and music has always been a big part of New Ulm's tradition.
Right.
So it's
True.
fantastic with the big bands and,
Mhm.
you know, polka bands and everything. So it's
Sure.
just important that we
Exactly.
keep that going.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
try to, incorporate a lot of polkas and waltzes and traditional Bavarian and German pieces
Right.
into our repertoire.
Mhm.
Right, right. So who chooses the repertoire? Do you?
I do.
You
I
choose.
do.
You
I
choose
do,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. And so then you'll practice, and then hopefully those people will come back again the next year, which it really does seem like it's
Basically,
the
yes.
same, a lot of the
Basically,
same people.
yes.
And then newer, younger people join
Right,
as
and
well.
and as the older people can't or do not want to anymore, we have always these younger people coming in, and every year it just people step
Yeah.
up, and it's basically the same group, same instrumentation year after year after
And it
year.
really is a nice band size right now.
It
You
is.
really
It's
have
a very
nice-
good size.
It's a
Very
good size. Yes.
and they're sounding incredibly well again this year. So.
That's great. Spoken
This
like
early
a
in the
true
season.
director.
I have to keep everybody's.
Exactly, that's fine. So if they want to know where you're at, is it best you have a Facebook page, or you do? Okay, good.
We do have a Facebook page, and it's all been updated within the last couple of weeks, so
Okay.
people can check that out.
Your
and-
calendar of events
Yes,
and so
calendar
forth,
and everything,
right?
concert dates, everything, yes.
Right, right.
Mhm.
What is your favorite part about working with like different ages? Like, what is you're probably on the younger end.
Yeah, I joined the municipal band after high school and, well, during high school. And it was just such a great experience learning from the older musicians. Like, I sat next to Stan Meidel,
Oh,
and
wow.
I learned so much and just how to be an excellent musician.
Right.
And it's so nice to continue that on and see these younger people in high school wanting to play and wanting to play these old styles.
Exactly, right.
It's just so important for me and for this town, I think.
Yeah. And Don, how long have you been with the municipal band?
Oh, my. I joined in 1979
Oh,
as a trumpet player,
Love
and
it.
I played for 20 years, and I became director in 1999.
wow.
So this is my 25th year as director.
Okay, is there any instrument that you can't play?
No.
Brady?
Banjo?
Band? There you go, thank you.
There you go.
Brady, what about you? Can you play every instrument?
I can play every instrument. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm good at every instrument. I'm mostly a woodwind guy.
Okay,
But-
okay. All right. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at talent. I can plunk away at a piano, and that's plunking. So, so thank you for sharing your treasures with the city of New Ulm, because that really is fantastic. And so make sure you get down to German Park the month of July, because every Wednesday night you're going to be there,
Every
and they
Wednesday.
start at 7:00 and they go to about 8,
About
right?
8.
About 8:00. So come down and just sit and enjoy.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you promise that the gnats will be gone.
Well,
We'll do what we
we'll
can.
do it.
They'll blow enough air
right.
that they'll.
Yes.
All right, thank you both for
You bet.
coming.
Thank
Thank
you.
All right.
you.